Albert will.
No camera today because I got to see all the screen. All right, let's get this set up. Ooh. Activate. What's going on? Let's do this. Hey. They make you have flex players for what? It fucks you. I don't get it. It's like, oh, flex player. Here. Stupid. Well, apparently I have one. Alright, so go.
Danny Amendola with hopes they will help replace some of Landry's production. So yeah, basically what this guy is saying is obviously what I've been saying on this podcast for many years. People just do not take the time. Listen, if you're not one of the big teams in the NFL, if you're not one of the teams that have been winning 10 games per, all around the year for 2 or 3 years now, then you're not going to be talked about as much. And the analysts that aren't really even analysts at this point in time. I mean, half these people they have to follow all sports, and it just bothers me anytime they talk about football. But again, their knowledge does not run that deep. So especially when you talk about ESPN, I'm not going to say Bleacher Report because they have their own division dedicated towards football, but even ESPN does, but it's not very good. When you hear those big name guys talk about maybe lower level teams that aren't as popular, and I'm talking about popular, I'm not talking about skill, you kind of get very thin opinions, and people need to take it less hard. If let's say we become the Golden State Warriors, all you will hear is how are people going to beat the Dolphins? That's all you're going to hear. You're just going to hear how great we are and all this other stuff, and then bandwagon fans it's going to be terrible. But you understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how sports has been since the dawn of time. I mean, it's if you're on top, you're on top. If you're not, you're not. So, and that comes with many different things. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I've said this many times. This offense, and I'm going to give you a short synopsis of what I think. This offense is going to be better. Number one, because the running backs are so versatile. All three of them can pass protect, receive. They can catch the ball out of the backfield, and they can run. They can run between the tackles. They can run outside, inside. Doesn't matter. They can run any running blocking scheme you want. All three of them can, and they're all three very good at it. And obviously, I think I already said receiving, but all three do everything well. So we're going to be less predictable. The ball should be spread around a lot more. Devontae Parker should get a little bit more targets, and let's see what he does with that. So I think the offense is going to be way less predictable. The packages are going to be way more versatile because Adam Gase's offense is way more deep, and these players really, truly fit his scheme. So that is why this offense is going to be much better, not to mention the improvements on the offensive line. So that's just a quick snap of why I think it will improve. So there you go. I mean, we've talked about that like a million. You guys should know my opinion on it by now. So yeah, that's just what I think. Next news story comes from Dolphins Wire. Dolphins linebacker Stephon Anthony will look to earn a starting spot. This is again from Dolphins Wire. Back in 2015, the Saints selected Stephon Anthony in the first round of the draft. As a rookie, Anthony recorded 112 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick, and 2 forced fumbles in the 2015 season. What ultimately be the height of Anthony's career, or it is to this point. Anthony has played in 18 games since.
Yeah, I'm wearing a hat. It's because my hair looks like ass.
And these players really, truly fit his scheme. So that is why this offense is going to be much better, not to mention the improvements on the offensive line. So that's just a quick snap of why I think it will improve. So there you go. I mean, we've talked about that like a million. You guys should know my opinion on it by now. So yeah, that's just what I think. Next news story comes from Dolphins Wire. Dolphins linebacker Stephon Anthony will look to earn a starting spot. This is again from Dolphins Wire. Back in 2015, the Saints selected Stephon Anthony in the first round of the draft. As a rookie, Anthony recorded 112 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick, and 2 forced fumbles in the 2015 season. What ultimately be the height of Anthony's career, or it is to this point. Anthony has played in 18 games since, as he has dealt with injuries and a demotion. That's why the Saints traded Anthony to the Dolphins for just a 5th-round pick. Now, after playing half a season with the Dolphins last year, Anthony will get a chance to win the starting job. Anthony said, quote, "I think it's the same every year," said during organized team activities. Quote, "It's my job to come in, put my best foot forward, and try to be the best I can every day." During training camp and the preseason, Anthony will compete against 3rd-round pick Jerome Baker and free agent acquisition Terrence Garvin. The fact that Anthony played in the Dolphin system last year gives him a slight advantage over the names mentioned above. I mean, listen. I hope and pray that he will become a better player and he will improve. Obviously, he was thrown into the fire, didn't know the scheme very well, so obviously that's going to hurt your performance. But this is not Ray Lewis. This is not a Luke Kuechly. Hopefully we can get out of him a good role player who does his job. That's all we need him to do. We don't need him to be anything fancy, anything special. We just need him to do his job. And do it good. And again, that's what good role players do. And that's why obviously, we just need him to do that, is my point. Not to get too far ahead of myself, but Jerome Baker, if I had a horse in a race, who do I want to see come up and take that? I'm basing this off of the old Stephon Anthony. Hopefully, when I watch Stephon Anthony this year, he looks like a completely different player. But I hope Jerome Baker develops faster than I think he will, because he has all of obviously the talent to be a very good linebacker. And he was, obviously, he was in Ohio State for a very long time. Not a very long time, but a good amount of time. And he played very well there, so hopefully the Big Ten, very physical conference, a lot of pro-style offenses in that conference. Hopefully that he translates a little bit better than maybe a Pac-12 linebacker would, or a Big 12, Big 10 linebacker would, because he's played against more physical style blocking schemes and stuff of that nature, where he's not just, he's not playing some finesse garbage, I'm throwing a quick screen every down scheme. He's actually playing against, cold weather teams that have very good defenses and really good offensive lines. Hopefully that helps him to translate to the next level. Next news story comes from Barry Jackson. Some Dolphins, what some Dolphins are doing while others vacation, and some interesting Dolphins running backs numbers. Again, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about, because God knows that this is kind of stuff. While much of the NFL vacations these past 2 weeks, several Dolphins are doing something far different in an admirable display of dedication to their craft. But then again, who else would you expect? What else would you expect from Frank Gore, a tireless worker, than daily multi-hour sessions? Gore 35 is among several Dolphins. Let's see here, still in training camp. See, who are the other Dolphins? Okay, so it seems like receiver Albert Wilson he's still there. Okay, so this is on Albert Wilson. Incidentally, Pro Football Focus noted Wilson led the league in wide receiver rating, the passer rating when targeted, on targets at or behind the line of scrimmage last season at 133.3. He was far ahead of Jarvis Landry, who was number 2 at 107.4. But Jarvis obviously had the ball in his hands a little more than Albert did, so that's a little twisted. That's one heck of a stat that Jarvis was able to put up those kind of numbers, that many targets and catches. Let's see here, Charles Harris still there, Devon Godchaux's still there, Isaac Asiata's still there, training, so that's good. So we got some of our big name players still hitting the gym, and obviously I really do, this goes back to the culture thing, and how do you define a culture? Obviously the way you see it works is the results on the field, but I think how you define a culture is just with your eyes and what you see. Every team has its own kind of flavor to it. Bad teams don't have anything, they just are bad, but good teams have their own style. When you look at the Rams, they're this flashy offense with a lot of talented young stars on it that, obviously with Sean McVay, is super innovative. Kind of the same thing with the 49ers. You look at, the Seahawks of old, they were a rough and tough defense. Every really good team has their own culture, or style, or whatever you want to call it. I think ours is going to be Adam Gase, kind of similar to what the New England Patriots did with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, it was Brady, it was Bill. I'm not saying Tannehill is going to be that, or Adam's going to be that at all, but I am saying that Adam does bring a sort of swagger to this team. And I really think that's what our team is going to be, a very fun, young bunch. I think that's what our culture, I think it was Bill. I'm not saying Tannehill is going to be that, or Adam's going to be that at all, but I am saying that Adam does bring a sort of swagger to this team. And I really think that's what our team is going to be, a very fun, young bunch. I think that's what our culture is going to be this upcoming season, which makes me super excited because we have a lot of really good young upcoming players on this team. And this isn't necessarily a developmental year, because most of these players should be hitting their prime by now, which is a good thing. So I'm getting super excited thinking about it. I think this offense is going to be better than the defense will be this year. I think the secondary is going to be so fun to watch, but I think both units are going to be very good. and we just need consistency out of this football team. If we could just get this team to be consistent, and just do their job, that's all we need. It's just a consistent football team, and hopefully, and if anything out of this season, I just want to see development in our young stars. I want to see some of these players that we've drafted over the years develop. Charles Harris, Isaac Asiata, Isaiah Ford, Jakeem Grant, Devontae Parker, obviously Minka Fitzpatrick, Jerome Baker, Xavier Howard, Tony Lippett, Bobby McCain. All of those players I want to see do very well, take the next step this upcoming season and do well. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we have a lot of young, up-and-coming players. Jesse Davis, Albert Wilson. There's a lot of, and Tannehill as well. He's not young anymore. I mean, he's a veteran at this point. He's 30 years old. I'm not saying he's young, but I'm excited to see what he does this upcoming season, because this is the last hurrah of the Tannehill era, and I do think this is a good football team. I really do believe that. I think we're a fast team. We're a very good young team. Our secondary is sick, and that's what you really need in today's NFL. So that's going to benefit our defense. Especially, we're gonna get a ton of turnovers this season. I do believe. As long as we can stop the run, we should be okay. Because that's our only Achilles heel on defense. I mean, if we get you in third and long, good luck. Seriously. But yeah. I mean, this is the last hurrah for Tannehill. So this is a really, really, really interesting defining moment. And one thing I will say, let's say it doesn't work out. Let's say the season is a travesty, which I don't think there's any chance of that happening. But let's just say it's somehow, if not worse than last year, right? I really hope Steven keeps Adam in-house, because I do want to see him pick a quarterback. I do want to see him pick that guy, because, I mean, to be honest with you guys, we haven't had anybody who I think, again, despite maybe what this season brings, and I know this team's a very good team, let's just say things go wrong, I really do think we have a talented front office. I do think we have a very talented head coach. So I would be excited to see what he does with whatever the situation is with the quarterback situation this upcoming free agency. So, but I doubt any of that's going to happen. I really do believe that this is going to be a very fun young team to watch this season, and I think a lot of people are going to get excited about these Miami Dolphins for sure. I'm very, very, very excited to see this secondary ball out. Super excited to see some of these young, like I said, young up-and-coming receivers. This offensive line should be a lot better. Kenyon Drake. I even forgot to mention Kenyon Drake. So, again, I think that's the culture of this team, and I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch. So, let me know what you guys think. Very short episode this week. I forgot, and I promise.
Thank you, Solo D. Welcome to another episode of On the Fin Side here with Kat and Paul Picken. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Spreaker, iTunes, YouTube, and on iHeartRadio. Be sure to subscribe to us and give us a couple likes and some feedback on there, too. Paul and I are doing what we do every offseason, and this is one of my favorite shows of the year as we lead up to training camp, because you know it's close. We're predicting the Dolphins' 53-man roster as it stands today. Who are the locks? Who are the probables? Who are the ones that just make it? Who are the ones who just miss? So here are the rules of how we do this, because we've had some prep work beforehand. Paul and I each separately come up with a list of our locks to make the Dolphins' 53-man roster with no predicted trades or injuries. We create a master list, and then from that point, we'll go position by position. What are our locks and what are our predictions for the rest of that position to make the 53-man roster? So, Paul, let's kick it off at the quarterback spot. It's quite obvious who the lock is here. It is Ryan Tannehill. It's the only lock that we have predicted. Then you have a three-man competition between David Fales, Brock Osweiler, and Bryce Petty. I'm pretty sure I know who you've got, man, winning that backup spot, but let me hear it from you.
You know, I was tempted to potentially lean towards Osweiler, even though he's been just an absolute cesspool for most of his career. I mean, he has had some salvageable moments, but I just really, as you know, as our listeners know, like the upside of David Fales. I mean, I don't think he's going to be a future Pro Bowler, but as far as a player that came in and showed that he's got potential last year, hell yeah. Bryce Petty's just a walking train wreck. I just imagine him in practice
I'm glad I had myself muted there because I actually had a picture of Brock Osweiler on my computer, and then you said cesspool. I was looking right at him when you said that, and I just started cracking up. I, too, have David Fales as the second quarterback making the roster. He has been, throughout the OTAs, it looks like he is the second quarterback. He's been very impressive, and that's what the word out of camp has been from Barry Jackson. And when you look at last year, he was 29 for 43, 265 yards, a touchdown and interception. Almost let it come back in the final game that put the Bills out of the playoffs. Obviously, Adam Gase is a little bit comfortable with him because he was the backup for the Bears when Gase was in Chicago for at least half the season. So I do see Fales making the roster. If Osweiler is cut, only $720,000 of his money was guaranteed. So not a whole lot, especially if Fales beats him out convincingly. At the running back spot, our locks are running back Kenyon Drake, Frank Gore, Kalen Ballage, and then it'll be questionable of whether or not anybody else joins the Dolphins as that fourth running back. I do have the Dolphins keeping four, and I have Sonoris Perry as that fourth guy. He made the roster last year, had 8 carries for 30 yards, but mostly made the roster on special teams. And I think that's important here because Kenyon Drake's going to be getting the majority of the touches, but Frank Gore is not a special teamer, and Kalen Ballage could be a special teamer. That'll be worth taking a look at in training camp, but it's quite possible that he's not able to undertake that as well. That's why I have Sonoris Perry making the roster as the fourth running back. Paul, do you have the Dolphins keeping 3 or 4 running backs here?
Well, this is boring as hell so far. I've got 4 running backs. My 3 locks are Drake, Gore, Ballage, and I know I described to you the way I broke out my list. I've got kind of 4 categories. And the locks, there's the should-makes, and then there's both sides of those bubble players. They're the ones that are sitting there right at the bottom edge of the roster. And I've got Perry as a bubble to make. Could easily be one of these young kids if they stand out in the press, but for right now, I'm right there with you on Perry.
Moving along to the wide receivers. The locks, we have are Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, Danny Amendola, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant. What I really like about this unit, you have a strong front 5. You have players that can play the perimeter. They can play the slot, and in Jakeem Grant's case, play special teams as well. Leaves the Dolphins in a really good situation at wide receiver. They're going to bring 11 receivers to camp. After the 5 locks, you've got Isaiah Ford, Leonte Carew, who's been a huge disappointment, Rashawn Scott, Drew Morgan, Malcolm Lewis, and Francis Owusu, who was with the team last year before getting cut in August. So one of the more interesting battles is going to be Isaiah Ford and Leonte Carew. So, Paul, do you have a wide receiver after those front 5 making it here?
I wound up with a total of 6 here. I mean, I had the front 5. Unfortunately, I had Leonte Carew finally missing the roster after scraping his way barely onto the last couple of years. I kept Isaiah Ford as a bubble player. I know he's a guy that you never keep an eye on. And I want to see what he can do. I like the upside. Carew, I'm tired of him.
Yeah, and if I were to be able to keep 54, 55 players, I probably would have had Isaiah Ford making it. I have the Dolphins keeping 5. What'll be interesting to see in training camp is, can Isaiah Ford show the potential that will eventually put heat on Devontae Parker? And here's why, because a big reason these big-time college receivers fall in the draft and end up falling through the cracks is because they aren't the physical marvels to play out the perimeter. They're not big enough to play inside, and also they're not able to play special teams too. And to my understanding, Ford didn't play special teams at Virginia Tech, and he's coming off an injury. So if he can show that perimeter ability that at one time made him a projected first or second round pick at Virginia Tech, then I think he could make the roster. But as of right now, he's one of the last players I have getting cut. At tight end, we know 2 that are going to make it. Second and fourth round picks, Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe. It sets up an interesting battle between 4 players who have dressed for games in the NFL. Marquise Gray, A.J. Derby, Gavin Escobar, and Thomas Duarte. Duarte seems to be like Jordan Lucas, that guy that just keeps hanging on every single year. I do have the Dolphins keeping Marquise Gray as the 3rd tight end. I think he's got some versatility to him. He can block, at a reasonably high level, and a player that we keep talking about is that we wish would get on the field a little bit more. But the team has talked up A.J. Derby a lot too. Gavin Escobar is a former second-round pick of the Cowboys. He's bounced around the league a little bit, and Duarte just keeps hanging on. Paul, who do you have as your third or possibly fourth tight end?
Dude, this is getting really boring. We need to start having disagreements here. I've got Gray as he should be. I just, just all the reasons you have. I really like our tight ends this year. I really like the two rookies. And, I've been a fan of what I saw to Duarte as a receiver coming out of college, but he just hasn't been able to crack that mold. I'm not as sold on A.J. Derby as some folks, but hey, I'm always down for a player to prove me wrong when I think they're not that good. So, yeah, for me, I'd just like to see Gray get a little bit more of a role, but he's going to have to fight for it this year as opposed to having the crap and trust that he's had.
You bet. And one thing I didn't mention at the beginning of the show, too, is Paul and I also have another stipulation where on this roster we have to predict at least one player to make one undrafted free agent to make the final 53. And if that seems like, oh no, I don't see how that's going to happen. The Dolphins signed 13 undrafted free agents last year. 7 of them dressed for a game. We're not going to see that this year, but man, oh man, it's rare if any team in the league doesn't have at least a couple of undrafted free agents. So it doesn't surprise me. We're kind of on the same page here with the quarterbacks and the tight ends. That's a little bit more predictable. I think this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. On the offensive line, we have 6 locks. Laramie Tunsil, Josh Sitton, Dan Kilgore, Jesse Davis, Juwan James, and Ted Larson. I was very close to having Sam Young as that 7th, simply because he's been around the league. He started 7 games over the last 2 years for the Dolphins. I have him as my 7th offensive lineman making the roster. Rounding out and giving the Dolphins a total of 9, I've got Jake Brendel on there, who I know we're both a little more high on than other people. He started 30. He actually, when he got into the Falcons game last year, played 37 snaps in place of Mike Pouncey. And we really thought after the game that Brendel played better. And the final guy is Eric Smith, who I thought really looked the part last year before going down with an injury. Paul, who rounds out the rest of the offensive linemen for you after the first 6?
So I've actually got 10 total along the offensive line. As you mentioned, we've got James Davis, Kilgore, Sitton, Tunsil, Larson, locks. I kept Brendel and Smith. Actually, no, I'm not. I take that back. So Brendel and Smith, as we talked about. And then I don't have Young or Asiata making the team. I think they're going to be just on the border. I really like Sam Young as a person. I think he's done some admirable things for this team, but I just think he's an average player who's been floating on the cusp for a while now, and this is the year that they move on from. Asiata just never did anything to stand out last year, and I think he gets beat out by some of these young kids. So for me, I think, and this is an either or for me, depending on which flavor the Dolphins want to go for. Tossed it back and forth between Steinmetz and Sterr, the 2 monsters that they brought in that they know are developmental players, but they're absolute monsters. 6'8" and 6'9", I believe. And I think in the end they end up going with Steinmetz just because he looks a little bit better from what I've seen. But I think they go with one of those 2 guys, manage to stash the other on the practice squad.
Good. So that's kind of our first curveball here, and an undrafted free agent, Steinmetz is. And I'm glad you didn't say Stirrup, because Stirrup played in the final game of the year, started actually against the Bills, and was just absolutely awful. Steinmetz, 6'8", 321 pounds, can play tackle and guard, an undrafted free agent out of Purdue. And sometimes you'd like to stash one of those guys at the bottom of your roster, hope that they develop behind the talent that's starting. Moving along to the defensive side of the ball, I think we're going to have more disagreements here, but maybe not specifically with defensive line. So, looking at the locks, we've got 8 that are really in place. At defensive end, you've got Cameron Wake, Robert Quinn, Charles Harris, Andre Branch, and William Hayes. And Hayes can play D-end or D-tackle. That's part of the reason why they brought him back. At D-tackle, you've got Jordan Phillips, Akeem Spence, and Davin Gottschall for those 8. Paul, how does the rest of the unit round out for you there?
Yeah, for me, it's funny. Like, I had Branch, and I know he's a guy, as you pointed out, 10 million, that we do to be on this roster. And I know we've talked about previous episodes in the fact that he's supposed to have a knee injury this past season that was undisclosed. So I'm really hoping he can regain the form he had the previous year. I've still got him as a bubble player making the team. Maybe they trade him, maybe they don't. They do have a hell of a lot of depth at defensive end. But the other one that I have here that was a little bit of a surprise for me too is I've got the Dolphins keeping 4 defensive tackles, not counting Hayes. And instead of Vincent Taylor for that 4th spot, I actually went with Moat. He's just a guy that when I watched tape on him, I was really impressed by it. And while I liked Vincent Taylor last year in the little bit of a role that he got, he just never seemed to seize the opportunity to get a little bit more playing time. And yeah, you need to do that as a young player. And it doesn't cost the Dolphins anything to start poking Moten with a stick and see what they get out of him. Maybe he can be this year's version of David Gotcha.
Paul, do you have Melvo making the roster, or does he get cut on your list?
I really wanted him to make the roster. I really, really like that kid. But for me, they're just too damn deep in defensive end. The only way that they end up keeping Malvo for me is potentially if they're able to make a trade involving, say, Andre Branch.
Yeah, I've got Melvo. After the top 8 that we have, I've got Melvo making the roster, and I've got Vincent Taylor. So overall, I'm going with a total of 10 defensive linemen for the Dolphins. And because the Dolphins, on offense, can legitimately keep 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, I've got them keeping 4, and so do you, and 5 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends, because of that, it gives them the flexibility to keep and stash more young players on the roster, and that's why I have both Malvo and Taylor making it. I think it'd be a shame if the Dolphins bled it out with Andre Branch for 1 more year, which they're probably going to, like you said, because he's going to make $10 million regardless, and end up cutting Malvo, because I thought he looked very good in preseason last year. I was disappointed when they cut him. Then they got him back on the roster for the final 4 games. He played over 100 snaps, and Pro Football Focus actually gave him a positive grade. In the final game against the Bills, he had a sack and a half. So I would like to keep him there. He's 6'5", 280 pounds. I think there's a lot of upside there. And looking at the rest of the roster, we've both got Gabe Wright being cut, who was on the roster for the last couple games. Former 7th-round pick of the Jaguars, Jonathan Woodard. Jameis Pittman, the defensive tackle, more of a pass rusher type. You've got Moten making it. I was close to having Pittman as my undrafted free agent guy, but I ended up chopping him off there too. And then rounding out the undrafted free agent class, you've got Quincy Redmond and Claudie Matthau. Moving along to the linebacker spot, this gets fascinating because I had 2 players listed as locks that I ended up actually taking off. So the locks that we have, we've only got 3 locks at the linebacker spot. We've got Raekwon McMillan, Kiko Alonso, unfortunately, because he's, again, like Andre Branch, the Dolphins can't cut him this year because he's due so much money, and a 3rd-round pick from Ohio State, Jerome Baker. Those are the 3 locks. Stephon Anthony and Chase Allen, I'm very close to having locks too. I think they'd have to do a lot wrong in August in order to get cut. I do have them making the roster as the 4th and 5th linebacker. They bring a little bit of speed. Stephon Anthony showed a lot of flashes, and he's a former 1st-round pick of the Saints. Chase Allen can play special teams. He started 4 games last year and started to look better each and every week. Then the Dolphins could just keep 5 linebackers, but I do have them keeping Mike Hull as the 6th linebacker. He's a big favorite of Darren Rizzi, but he's going to face a lot of competition in camp for his job with Terrence Garvin coming over from Seattle, who has special teams and starting experience, as well as 7th-round pick from Ohio, Quentin Coley.
I know exactly what his NFL comparison is. A poor man's Mike Hull. So for me, I can't. There's no way I can have him beat out Mike Hull here. No, it's Mike Hull's a guy that, as know, as any of our listeners from the past few years know, I was a big fan of the Mike Hall, Neville Hewitt, Zach Vigil group of linebackers. I was ecstatic when Miami managed to get the three of them as undrafted free agents. And it's absolutely heartbreaking for me to say this because of the Minka Fitzpatrick selection in the draft. Because of the fact that I don't care what Gates is saying publicly right now, we all expect TJ McDonald to get a few more looks up in the box. I've only got Miami keeping 5 linebackers. The upside is Stephon Anthony, and the rising talent of Chase Allen unfortunately made Mike Hall one of the final roster cuts in my mind. So for me, I went 5 linebackers, and Mike Hall just missed the team, even though I don't care if he's a favorite of Darren Rizzi, he's a favorite of me to watch. So it's very sad for me to say that, but I can't put him over Chase Allen. I can't put him over Stephon Anthony. And so it's unfortunately time for him to head out.
Jumping to the cornerback spot, the Dolphins typically keep 5 or 6 cornerbacks every year. It's definitely a young group. They're welcoming back Tony Lippett, who had 4 interceptions in 2016. A very strong front four, or top 4 at the cornerback spot. Xavier Howard, Cordrea Tankersley, Bobby McCain, Tony Lippett, 4 players who are under 26 years old. We have them as the 4 locks at cornerback to make it. Rounding out the rest of the unit, Cornell Armstrong, I'd be very, very surprised. I think both of us would be very disappointed if he didn't make the team. Rarely does a 6th round pick just get outright cut, if you want to know some history on that. The Dolphins have only drafted a player in the 6th round twice over the last 10 years and cut. So, Paul, we've got our 4 locks of Howard, Tankersley, McCain, and Lippett. How did the rush shape out for you?
I'm pretty close to where you're at. I've got the Dolphins actually keeping 7 corners here. And as you know, as our listeners know, I think Cornell Armstrong's going to surprise a lot of people and make a push to potentially steal that nickel or dime corner spot and give the Dolphins a good problem to have. I'm that high on that kid. And I'm glad you mentioned Jalen Davis. It surprised me a little bit when I finished my 53-man roster that I had 3 undrafted free agents on there. But I do. Between Moten, Steinmetz, and now Jalen Davis, I've got him on there. I had the Dolphins keeping Tyre, Jordan Lucas, who you jettisoned. I also jettisoned as well. But I think you can never have enough solid corners, and given their youth they have at the position. I mean, Tony Lippett's the old man here. Having the extra body at that position is a good thing. It's a necessary thing because these guys are so young. You don't have that veteran presence. So having that extra body could be a boon as they go to the stretch.
Well said. And McTire's another player. If I had 1 or 2 extra roster spots, I probably would have put McTire on there too. He showed a lot of potential last year after being an undrafted free agent out of UNLV. Did get into action in the final couple of games, and at least held his own, and he looked very good in preseason too. So if the Dolphins do end up cutting him, I hope they can make it back in the practice squad. So the safety position, I have a feeling we're going to be on the same page with. We did count Minka as a safety, so we've got Rashad Jones, TJ McDonald, Minka Fitzpatrick. Well, we have those 3 guys as the locks, and then just below that, we've got Walt Aikens as a special teamer. I'd be shocked if he ends up getting cut. Darren Rizzi, also a big fan of his, and they re-signed him in the offseason, 2 years, $2.7 million. And finally, I have them keeping a 5th defensive back, and that's Amari Smith, who was an undrafted free agent out of Georgia last year. Paul, do you also have them keeping 5 safeties, I should say?
I do, and for me, Minka is a safety. He's going to be starting alongside Rashad Jones at the beginning of the year here. And as we talked about before, TJ McDonald was part of why Mike Hull became expendable for me, but the other half of why Mike Hull became expendable for me was the fact that, given the contract this offseason, given his prowess on special teams, the Dolphins keep going back and forth as whether he's a safety or a corner. And for me, he's neither. Walt Aikens was a big part of what makes Mike Hull expendable. It's Aikens, as bad as he is at every other facet of the game, is as good as he is on special teams. I mean, we were joking about this off the air. I almost wanted to lump Aikens in with John Denny for special teams, who, by the way, makes the team for me. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on that because we do it every year. But yeah, I've got the Dolphins keeping 5 DBs. No secret on the locks. No secret on Mo Smith for anybody that's watched him play. And Walt Aikens gets loosely listed as a safety for me here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And you've got them keeping 12 defensive backs. I've got them keeping 11. And I'm comfortable with that number for a couple of reasons. Number one, the Dolphins keep at least 10 defensive backs every year. And I'm tired at the end of the year of seeing R.J. Stanford and Bakari Rambo types playing against the Steelers and the Patriots. So, yeah, I like you up 12. I've got 11. Funny that we both have Jalen Davis, an undrafted free agent, making the team. That'll be interesting to watch. We both have Jordan Lucas being cut, 6th-round pick in the 2016 draft, who has started to show some ability. But that's going to be an interesting competition in camp between Jordan Lucas, Torrey McTyer, Reese Smith, Cornell Armstrong. You've got a lot of pretty talented young players there, and it's likely only 2 or 3 of them are going to end up getting those spots. Yeah, moving along to special teams, pretty clear Matt Haack's going to be the punter. He's the only punter in camp, so that's a pretty good indication. At kicker, Jason Sanders definitely has the lead over Greg Joseph heading into August. The Dolphins drafted him, and on the final day that everybody was together, Sanders was 7 for 7 on field goals with a long of 56, and Joseph struggled pretty badly that day. John Denny will be the interesting one to watch, even though we both do have him making the team. The Dolphins don't always sign a long snapper as an undrafted free agent. They did this year in TCU's Lucas Graybill, and Denny is almost old enough to be his father. I mean, Graybill is, I believe, 22 years old. John Denny will be 40 this December, on December 13th. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the Dolphins say, hey, look, if Grayville's close to Denny, do we just get it over with and cut Denny this year and make Graybill our guy? Because, this is a player in Graybill who almost got drafted because he was one of the best long snappers in college football. So, Paul, are we on the same page there with special teams? Anything else you want to add on to that?
Yeah, the Dolphins pretty much have to keep John Denny because I just had the utterly horrifying realization that if the Dolphins were to go out and cut John Denny on a personal level, I would get very upset, not just because John Denny was gone, but because if John Denny gets cut, I will officially be older than everyone on the Dolphins roster. And that's a surprising new feeling for me. Miami, if you're listening, not only do you need to keep John Denny based upon ability, you've got to keep him a little bit based upon my own personal ego and the fact that he's the only player on the team that's barely older than me at this point. Christ, I feel like Ryan Miller in this moment.
I still have Cameron Wake and Frank Gore, who are still a little bit older than me, so I've got that going for me. So I probably won't be as crushed, but yeah, Denny is that'll be a hell of a jersey for somebody to get. If I'm the one who gets it, then Denny will probably end up falling down the steps or something. So,
Jesus, don't you get his jersey?
So, Paul, let's take a look at our 53-man roster. I've been keeping notes here, and we didn't talk about this beforehand, but we agree on 48 of the 53 players here as we stand today. Again, we're not predicting trades. We're not predicting this. We're not predicting that. I mean, I think it's quite possible that the Dolphins take a look at, say, a Kai Forbath from the Vikings, who kicked pretty well last year, but they drafted a kicker in Dan Carlson in the 5th round. It would be the same kind of pickup as a Cody Parkey last year, who the Dolphins lost this offseason. But for argument's sake, Paul and I only have 4 disagreements on the roster. You have, Paul, let's take a look here. At wide receiver, you've got making the roster.
Moten.
You've got Isaiah Ford at wide receiver. You got Isaiah Ford. Guard David Steinmetz, the undrafted free agent. Defensive tackle Anthony Moten out of Miami, the undrafted free agent, and cornerback Torrey McTire. I've got offensive tackle Sam Young, defensive end Cameron Malveaux, defensive tackle Vincent Taylor, and linebacker Mike Hull. So those are our 4 disagreements right there. But it's interesting seeing how all of this shaped out. Anything else you want to add, Paul, before we sign off?
No, this is one of my favorite shows to do every year. And by the way, for those listening out there, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Give us a comment. Let us know where you agree or disagree with us, whether it's one of us or both. And make sure you check out our merch store on thefinside.threadless.com.
You bet. And you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Spreaker, iTunes, YouTube, and on iHeartRadio. Paul and I are really going to crank up the gears here in the upcoming weeks and the upcoming months, really throughout the from now to the end of the 2019 NFL Draft. We will be here with all your Miami Dolphins news. And if it's not on the right side, it's not on the left side, it is on the fin side. Solo D, take us home.
It ain't the left side or the right side, and it must be the fin side. It ain't the left side or the right side, and it must be the fin side. Listen, Dolphins fans across the land all tuning in to see what's playing Cat and Paul about to do.
And welcome back to another episode of Steal a Star. We're on episode number 26 today. In the last episode, we started improving our offensive line. We started beefing it up a lot. And we're doing the same thing today because in the comments down below in the last episode, you guys voted for Jason Kelsey. So yeah, we got a center here. We got pretty much, I think we're going to end up with an all blockbusters offensive line in the end. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it's going to look like. But they're pretty good cards. They're pretty OP cards. So pretty nice, man. Definitely pretty nice. Looking pretty good. Definitely going to help out the run game. I mean, you saw in the second game in the last episode, Barry Sanders went off because he was getting some amazing blocks. So hopefully more of the same there. Yeah, definitely getting, the upgrades here. We need, how many more positions? 1, 2, I think we need 1 more receiver. So 4 more on offense, and I think like 3 more on defense. Yeah, 3 more on defense. So definitely winding down with this series, but yeah, hopefully we just keep winning games, and hopefully no more downgrades. So if you guys do enjoy this series and want to see episode number 27, definitely give this video a thumbs up or the like button down below. 600 likes as always. 600 likes for episode number 27. If you guys are new around here, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification next to the subscribe button to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. And also follow me on the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. All the links are in the description down below. All right, let's hop into the game and try to win another game. Down for more quick rage quits. Yeah, just see what happens. Here we go. We're hopping into the game now. Assuming that's my top 3. Let's see who he has. He's got Randall Cunningham, DeAndre Hopkins, and Calvin Johnson. Checking out the rest of his squad right here. Saquon Barkley at halfback. He's got a tight end at fullback. Still looking pretty much like a 99 overall team. 96, so not quite a 99. Definitely a 98 overall. Still a pretty solid team. Definitely still want to win this game. He's got some solid players out here, so yeah, let's hopefully win this game and upgrade our team a little bit more. Pretty good team though. Yeah, we're gonna keep running the ball here, man. The run game worked out pretty well last time. Oh, if the receiver blocked, that would've been nice. That's definitely the one issue with Randy Moss, and that's why I actually sold him when he first came out, is that his run blocking is really bad. So yeah, not good. Oh, I was about to test that guy out. He backed him up though. Unlucky. He's rushing me. Let's just run it with Andrew Luck. Nice, big space, slide. First down. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. He's definitely sending like different defenses, so it's kind of fun, I guess. He's blitzing me. He didn't get that block. Dang. This guy's giving me different looks, so yeah, we got to concentrate a little bit harder. I mean, it's cool, man. It's better than guys just running cover 3, cover 2 all game, right? But gotta play. We gotta get this out here. Throw that. Get that first down. Nice catch, Randy Moss. First down. All right, nice. We're converting. We gotta do a little bit better on the other downs, but we're converting the 3rd down, so not bad. Let's run the ball out.
I found ZipRecruiter. They figured out hiring. I post my job, they put it all over the web, and they send me the right people.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/more.
Here, nice. Get those blocks. There we go. Spin move. Oh, we got it with the spin move. Nice, Barry Sanders. We just gotta keep getting the blocks out here. Let's go. 1st and 10. The hole opens up. 2nd and 5. See what he's trying to do. Gets it covered. We're going to have some space. I don't actually want to go. Throw that now. Oh, that's a touchdown. Let's go. Andrew Luck to Hayden Hurst for 6. Kind of, shimmy a little bit, but it worked out. That drive wasn't pretty, especially the touchdown. But, hey, we got the touchdown. That's what matters, right? The points on the board. We got to stop him on D here. Don't get spun out or anything. Good tackle. He's making a lot of adjustments here, but we got to get stop on 1st down. Just watch out. Calm. Oh, he's going to throw that. We got to get better coverage out here, boys. He's grinding. Man, we got to do better. Not good. Not good. Big 3rd down. If we get a big sack, we might take him out of field goal range. Maybe a turnover. Something, man. Let's just get something here. Good coverage. Good coverage. We're going to let that go now. Just wait there. Out of bounds. That's fine. Good deep. Did he miss it? He just missed the field goal. I don't know. I think he had Caleb Sturgis. I thought Caleb Sturgis had a pretty solid card, but he missed the field goal. I mean, I'm not going to complain about a missed field goal. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing here. Ooh, keep going. Close. Got to convert this. Got to convert this. He's watching that. Somebody come back this way, maybe. He's getting good coverage here. Not good. Throw it away. We got him on it. We can't be taking 3 and outs right here, man. Please stop him. Please stop him. We got a few yards. Dang. Yeah, but 3 and out, not good. We got to get points every time. He's just going to keep running it, looks like. Yeah, all right. We got to watch out for the runs because it looks like he's just going to run it. Come on. All right. We got to watch out for the run because he keeps running the ball here. Oh, now he switches it. Now he decides to throw the ball. Watch out. Okay. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Send some pressure. Hit it, maybe. You got to hit stick it. 2nd and inches. 2-minute warning has passed. He's He's probably going to just run this up the middle. Yeah, oh, not up the middle. Good stop. Okay, him running the stretch actually like really hurt him there. I mean, I'll take that. 3rd and 4. Gotta stop him. Gotta stop him. Oh, he's going to get that guy open. He throws it to that guy. Big hits. My man here is going for it. 4th and 4. I thought the other dragon was going to get open on the right side, but yeah, we got to watch out this time. Watch out, watch out, watch out. He dropped it. He dropped it. We got a little bit lucky there. I'm not going to lie. I mean, he dropped it. He probably, if he possession caught that, he probably would have held on to it, but it's all good. We got good field position. I'm looking for at least a field goal here. Hopefully kill some clock, too. Run the Wildcat. That did not run that well at all. Yeah, that was run really bad. I don't know what I was doing on that play, but see what we got here. We're going to get sacked. We just take ourselves out of field goal range because, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Just try to get ourselves back in field goal range here. Great blocking. Yeah, we're back in field goal range. We're taking the field goal. We got a 2-score lead going into the second.
Hiring was always a huge challenge. Endless hours on job sites with not a lot to show for it. Then, I found ZipRecruiter. They figured out hiring. I post my job, they put it all over the web, and they send me the right people, because their technology is smart. ZipRecruiter often sends me the right person in 24 hours.
The second half here, which is definitely very nice. Let's just keep playing defense. He's going to start throwing the ball, it looks like. All right. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Got that covered. Just dumping it off. That's fine. No, that's not fine. Don't get spun out. We can't be getting spun out here. Come on, D. Don't get spun out. 1st and 10. He keeps motioning that guy to get that block, which is working out pretty well for him. Come on. If I was this guy, I'd just keep running the ball, to be honest. I'm not getting any stops right here. I'm run committing. Oh, bad mistake, possibly. This might be a mistake. Going back. I stopped the run commit. No, I tried to go back for the run commit. It's still run committed. Dang it. Definitely struggling a little bit on offense here. Not good. Definitely not good. Roll out, go field. Nice. We're going to get him open. Catch that clean. There you go. Oh, big block. Oh, he might be gone. Come on, Hayden Hurst. Back to you, Kurt. That's fine. Big plays. There we go. We just got to be patient. We got to definitely take advantage of the playmakers out here because he's not really watching out for them. Let's run the ball. Big blocks. Big blocks. Spin move. There we go. First down. Close to a first down. 3rd and 4. I don't really want a field goal here, so definitely want to convert this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I guess we're taking a field goal. That sucks. He's blitzing me. I think he's coming through the left side, which is like definitely the weak side of my offensive line. So gotta figure something out there. I tried to send heat. Didn't really work out. Oh, please get that. Please pick that off. Please pick that off. He caught that. Come on, dude. I'm actually like a little bit annoyed by that. I'm really annoyed by that. What am I saying? Really annoyed. All right. Just keep watching it. Keep watching it. Make a fumble, please. Huge play right here. 3rd and 4. Not sure what he's going to do. He could run it. He could throw it. He's running the pitch. Oh, we got to shut down. We got to shut down. Yeah, let's go. Just not doing it on offense, man. He's getting the pressure, and it's not helping out at all. Throw it now. Please catch that. 1st and 10. Got to play D. Please, no AIDS, please, because I'm tired of it. I'm really about to choke this game right now. Not good, man. Definitely not good. I'm very annoyed. You might be able to tell. I'm very annoyed. Get that sack, baby. Let's go. Oh, I need more of that. I definitely need more of that out here. Come on, boys. 2nd and 19. He's throwing the ball again. All right, I'm watching this over here. Good D. Please pick that.
Thank you.
Give me that pin, baby. That's what you get for keep testing it. Actually, oh, I didn't want to take it out. Whoops. He literally just quit. It's a 3-point game. He's got 3 timeouts, and he quit. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take the win, but come on, man. Come on, bro. With the way I was playing on offense, he still had a chance there. He had 3 timeouts. You would have had plenty of time.
Crab Fest is back at Red Lobster with our largest variety of crab dishes, crab everything. There's Crab Fest combo, crab lover's dream, and even crab top shrimp and salmon. Wait, did we mention crab? So hurry in, because Crab Fest will be gone in a snap.
Time. He only needed a field goal to tie the game up, so yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know why he quit, but like, I'm not going to complain about it. So we're going to spin the wheel. Like I said in the last episode, I'm I'm just gonna spin the wheel 3 times from now on, even with rage quits, just because we keep spinning the same positions over and over again. The wheel is getting smaller. I think there's 10 positions on the wheel in total. I think we need like 7 upgrades in total, but 10 positions because of you know, the duplicates and all that. But yeah. Anyways, let's spin the wheel here. Let's see what we get. First position is left end. Okay, that'd be a pretty nice upgrade right there. Left end, first position. I have no idea who he has there. Second position is wide receiver 3.
Good morning.
Not had a nice
How are you,
there,
Nathan?
so that might not be that good. And then the last position, so left end, wide receiver 3, and left tackle. Yeah, 99 left tackle. That'd be pretty nice. All right, so
I haven't made coffee
so
yet.
I have a feeling I know how the voting
No, I
is
haven't.
going to turn out for this episode, but we'll go over the players. First position, left end, he has DeMarcus Lawrence, who I have heard is very, very overpowered. Never used this card yet, so, but I heard that he's pretty overpowered. He might have been the one getting sacks on me all game today, so will be actually a very, very nice card.
What one are you?
Under pressure and
I'm
secure
the white
tackler.
team.
Pretty good.
Oh, you're losing.
Huge improvement over the
Way down
two,
here.
so yeah, that's the first option.
What's up, buddy?
Dolphins.
Did you sleep good?
At wide receiver
Yeah, the
3,
Dolphins
you have
are
the Doug
losing,
Baldwin.
but Mommy did it.
Still
No,
be a
I'm
nice
working on
upgrade
it, though.
Antonio Brown. Not too much different, though. You can see the
Yeah,
attributes.
it's Dolphins.
Only by
Similar
3.
cards. I mean,
The
Playmaker
Dolphins
would be a
are-
nice
That's my
upgrade,
favorite
but I
team.
think
I'll show you all my
still
jerseys.
wait for a better wide receiver to
What's
pop
your
up on the
favorite
field
one?
because,
What's your
the
favorite?
Tannehill.
What's your favorite team?
The Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
And then the
By far.
final position was left
Dude,
tackle.
look at how cool. I gotta show you their cool jerseys. They have better jerseys than this. All orange. I got the jerseys that are all orange, Em.
So if I don't really want to lose identify him, but Walter Jones, pretty nice. I mean, he's definitely a better
I know.
blocker.
I'll
Staley,
shoot.
so that might be nice. But I don't know.
I like the Bills the most.
Oh, you do? You know that the Bills and Miami are in the same conference, the AFC, they're rivals. We play each other twice a year. So Bills fans usually don't get along with Miami fans. Not with us.
Definitely give this video a thumbs up or a like button down below. 600 likes for episode number 27. If you guys are new around here,
I get
definitely
along
hit
with
that
you,
subscribe
right?
button. Hit that
Yeah,
bell
of course.
notification.
I'm just saying that Bills fans, if I went to a Bills game and a Miami and Bills game, Miami jersey on, and I was really getting it from the Bills fans.
They would not like it, right?
They didn't like me. But it's not personal. It's just a game. You know what I mean? It's not like they really don't like you. Hey, Emily. Football starts in 2 weeks. I set the date down.
Look at.
Yeah.
This. Watch. About this, watch. James, look at.
Oh, you can shoot it with that down.
Yeah.
How about that?
Once we're done with this game, can we play?
What do you want to play?
Paradise again.
Alright, let's do
No,
that.
Lego Jurassic with you.
Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go, Nate. Whoop! Let's go. I'm online. I'm playing another person. Like a real person. I gotta beat him.
Or no. But if you still don't win this, I still can play Paradise, right?
Yeah, I'll let you play Paradise after this game.
No, I mean Lego Jurassic with you.
Yeah, whatever you want to play, bud.
Get the
Look at Nate! Touchdown!
Yes!
Touchdown! I just took the lead. Ooh.
Oh yeah! They only got the throws, right?
Yeah, they only have 3 points. I have 7. Now I gotta play good defense.
But you were right?
Yes, sir.
See? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. They're the Hogs, right?
Yep. They're the Hogs.
How did I know that? I can actually see his face. That's why.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's second quarter with 1:33 left.
He can catch you.
Gotta get him. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was kickoff. All right, now I gotta play good defense.
You're not him when he runs. You're still the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
No matter what. That's not you, right?
He's got the ball now. I'm trying to defend it.
Ugh. No, someone shot me.
No one shot you. You're good. Did you have any dreams last night, or didn't you dream?
I did.
You did? What'd you dream about?
Not really good things.
Not good dreams?
Yeah, I was crying.
Aw. Well, you're okay, buddy. You're safe.
Yeah, but the dream was about.
What was it about?
It was about like I was lost in some place. I had to go to the bathroom, and then I was there, and then pretty much I was trying to get out, but the guy wouldn't let me get out.
Right. That's not a good dream.
No.
Not a good
But I
dream.
got out anyway.
Really?
To my grandpa, yeah.
Good. Careful, buddy.
I didn't mean to do that. I'll make it a little quieter now.
Alright, here you go.
Right, I'll shoot the bad ones. Gotcha! I got number 7, the guy with the ball.
Oh, big hit.
I'm shooting the guys that have, the bad ones that have the ball, okay?
Thank you.
And one more bullet's gonna have to reload. So it's gonna take a little bit. Can you wait till I reload after this bullet?
Oh, what, the game?
Yeah.
I can't wait, because he's just going.
Where's the ball? Gotcha!
How did he catch that? That should have been picked.
Coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to get
Gotcha.
8 free leads day
Got
1
him. I got him
of
too.
Madden 19
Thanks, buddy.
Ultimate, which of course is very
He's only got
important.
10
You guys need to
seconds.
have leads day 1 if you're going to try to compete
And then
with
it's
because
2
if
more
you're not a
periods
big
left,
money
right?
spender,
Yes, sir. Third and
you're
fourth.
definitely going to need these leads on your team. 'Cause I'm
It's
telling you,
just
there's
gonna
people
be.
with full
No.
91, 92
Oh,
overall
wow, I
levels
had
on
him
team
covered.
day
He got the
1.
touchdown.
And you will
Out
get
of
smacked
himself,
up in heaven
right?
if you have to go.
Oh, what'd you say?
He did his own touchdown on it.
Yep, no.
No!
Now I'm losing again. It's a good game, though. We're going back and forth.
Not the official stats,
No!
but last year the Go players, the
No,
Throw
you're
Owens,
losing
was an
more.
84 overall, so
You
that
still
Throw
need
Roll
one more
he is, as from
touchdown,
Tony
right?
Brown and Julio
Yeah, we'll
Jones,
get it.
those are part of my
I got
wide
plenty of
receiver
time.
predictions,
I don't have
which
time in
he's
this
discussing
quarter.
for
There's
us
only
with my
6
friend
seconds left. We're going to try and run it back.
Link to his Twitter in the description below.
You don't have enough
But
time,
of course,
right?
those are not the
No.
official stats. We'll
There's
be
only 1
in the,
second left.
Official MUT
And you're
database,
done,
I believe,
right?
So we're going to go deep.
about a week from the
Gun,
time you guys
right?
seen this video. I think it goes up like
Yeah,
the 20.
shotgun.
I
Shotgun
wanna
is
say
when the
23rd. So,
quarterback
yeah, I think
is
a week
back
after
off
you
the
guys
line
seen
and they
this
snap
video.
it to him. See?
But with that being
See how I'm
said,
back
gonna go ahead
and I'm not
give you
underneath
guys
him?
the
That's called
Yeah,
shotgun.
I got shotgun too, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, it is
Yes,
not
sir.
been
I'm gonna
released
try
yet
to
by
get-
EA, which is kind of weird.
Gotcha!
The fact that they haven't released who the actual
Oh,
regular
ball, I
edition
thought
of
the ball was
Madden
gonna
19
get a
is, but
touchdown,
Me
right?
too.
as you can see from this picture,
They knock it out of
which
your
was actually
hand.
leaked on Twitter, it is Antonio Brown.
You knocked them
Now,
out of their
with
hand,
pre-order
which
bonus,
would,
it does
if
actually
it
say
reaches
it's
a
gonna
touchdown,
cover
that would be a
Madden
touchdown
19
for your team,
cover
right?
athlete
Yep.
player. So,
'Cause you were
everybody
the
will
one
be
that knocked
receiving
out
a
his hand.
free Antonio
Try
Brown
to-
Madden 19 as long as you
You gotta
pre-order
run.
the game.
Turn
It doesn't
right.
matter
Oh,
if you get
What?
the edition or if you get the
Can't believe you got
standard
me
edition.
there.
But as long
You
as you
should have
pre-order
picked
it,
the other
you do
team,
actually
the
get
good
yourself
team we were
a
playing
free
last
Antonio
night,
Brown, which I
right?
can only assume would be an 80 overall.
Well,
But
this is a
still,
different team
an 80
here. I
overall
can't
Brown,
use all my
by the
good
way,
players. It's
like the
called
way they're
salary
doing the
cap.
ratings this
You have
year,
to select
and
a few
how
good players.
much route running is actually needed.
You should
If
use
you're
the
not
best
gonna spend
players
money,
you have.
you're just gonna have like
He has a lot of good
receiver
players
on
who
your
can.
team.
I normally
Antonio
do.
Brown might just
He
be
has
able to
some
cut
really
it,
good
especially since the
players,
fact that he
right?
has
Yeah,
super
I
route
normally
running,
do, but
medium route running,
not for
deep
this
route
one.
running. Of course, Antonio Brown,
Yeah, but
one
he
of
does
the best,
have
if
one,
not the
right?
best
Yeah.
route runner
Oh,
in the NFL.
he has
Sure,
all
he's ready to
his
be
good players on
spectacular
his
for your
team,
team.
right?
Even
Yep.
at 80 overall, he will
Which is-
definitely be a very consistent
And you
receiver.
only have
Day one,
at
especially
least
since a lot of
5
people
on
will be
your
spending
team,
a lot of
right?
money.
I
and
got,
having, like, the best corners. Even if you're spending
I got
ton
a
of
few
money,
good ones.
it's probably best to sell the
At
best
least
players.
five,
For a
right?
big pass.
So the amount of people you'll be
Five,
running into,
right?
like
Yes,
85,
sir.
86 overall
Throw,
quarterback
throw,
versus
throw.
an 80 overall Antonio Brown.
No,
Still
you
have
That
don't.
some
circle
pretty good
is
luck.
open. I got a punch.
Now, next up is the
You ready?
loyalty
I gotta do
rewards
use
that
this.
we actually get if you
Okay,
guys
wait till
played
you
Madden
reload
16, 17,
There.
or Madden 18. Now, I don't know. Someone
Gotcha.
down below, I originally said
my boy, I know
on
he's
this,
down.
that you could just go ahead and
Okay.
download Madden
Down.
16
Oh, yeah.
and play for a
Got
little
it.
bit. And
Yeah,
then the
you're
same
a
thing with
little
Madden
tough.
17 and go
You
and
should
play
use
with a little Madden
45
as well. As of course, if you guys
always,
don't have Madden 18
Yes, sir.
downloaded for some reason, then
Because
you can go
he's
ahead
the
and play that.
strongest
Now, if
player
you
you
have
have.
EA access,
Yep.
it's
He
actually in the
he just took it down and
you can just go ahead and download 16, 17, 18 for free without having to convert it all. You can just load into the game on one singular account and just play it.
Oh,
But
That's crazy.
somebody has told me before
45
that you actually
You still
for some
got 'em,
reason,
right?
you had to play
Yep.
it before the next game came out. So
But-
if you guys didn't get Madden 16 before
You think
17
you're
came
gonna
out,
win?
then you won't
I'm
be able
trying.
to
I hope so.
receive
no,
as many
I gotta get a
Sure,
turnover.
of course, you guys play
And now
you
the
still get
ammo
one
for the
free week from
shotgun.
this, but I'm not too sure if that's true. If you can
Let's
go
get
back
the
and play
ammo.
them right now and then still get all 3 leads,
No,
I don't
or I have a
know.
whole
It's
gun
definitely worth a
box.
shot. I mean, worst case scenario, if you guys have played Madden 8,
Sorry, I couldn't shoot him. Sorry, I couldn't shoot him.
I've never stopped.
Sorry, James, I couldn't shoot him.
Oh, that's okay. Now he just ran in and scored again. I mean, I'm not doing too good. Not doing too good.
I got the mini gun.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Whoever is in charge of your ratings, I'm coming for you. Because today, we're going to talk about all your misses. Okay,
He's not coming for you, right?
Right.
He's not coming for you.
Ratings that are completely ridiculous. Let's just put it out there. Come on, who's making these ratings? Some of them are so
Okay, I
wrong.
got a... What gun do you think I should
I
use?
don't know. Let's talk
Whichever one you like, buddy.
No, pick out. What one?
I think this is the
Super
first
Rush?
Oh, I like this one.
Okay.
one.
But they're always... But next I'm using my pistol.
okay with that. 96 overall. I think it's the best pack in the game. I'm not
Ready?
Yeah?
with that. David Johnson, get the second rating.
I'm not really gonna pull it back, okay?
Okay.
Oh, he was out.
Ooh.
Still sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
Gurley had an amazing year. He ended up playing David Johnson over time.
Pretend this thing doesn't need to reload. Just shoots. Okay?
Yeah. Very cool.
Got some bad guys.
Nice.
You want me to put... I don't know how to use this one, the fireball.
Ooh.
Now I can take it out one whole person. The only reason why you have been getting not for them to not get touchdowns because I shot him, right?
Yep.
That's the only reason why. Because he can definitely hear this, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He can hear the gun, so he's like, oh my gosh, a gun.
Did you catch that? Yep. First down.
Good thing I shot, right?
Yeah.
With a fireball. Bullets. After I'm done. Oh my gosh, I forgot to show you what this can do.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, careful, buddy.
Where is that
Really not
one?
that good. It's got to be better than some of those clowns. I mean, they're good players in the NFL, but come on. Wide receiver. No real arguments here, okay? Antonio Brown being number one, Julio, right underneath. I'm not upset about that. That's okay. But one person's opinion, I think Antonio Brown's the best
Where's
player.
that thing?
So I give him that.
Look, you know what? That gives good luck, right?
Probably should
Yes, sir.
have 99, but I don't care.
Got number 99.
And DeAndre Hopkins.
Good, right? 99 I caught.
Nice.
They still won. Oh my gosh, you still got one more period.
I know. I'm really trying hard here.
I don't think you're gonna win, right?
I don't think so
This is
either.
your brain.
I mean, I want to. We'll see.
With a nectar
But
mattress.
this just isn't working out for me.
This is your brain. You sleep with a
Yeah,
regular
after
mattress.
this we'll do it, right?
Yeah, we'll
But
play
nectar
Jurassic
mattresses
Park.
use unique technology provides
Lego.
you with good, solid
Lego.
sleep.
You can
Which is
see
much
it,
needed for your
right?
brain to
Yeah.
properly function. Not getting
I
enough
think
sleep
we
can
could actually
destroy
play
your brain.
about the disc, right?
Research proves that a
What?
lack of sleep
We can
lowers
play
brain
about the
function,
disc,
causing symptoms like
Play without the
inability to
disc?
concentrate,
Yeah.
No, you have to, I think you have to have the disc in.
excessive eating,
You know?
Yeah, but we could try.
Yeah, it'll need the disc to run.
Well, that sucks.
Well, no, the disc is over there, buddy. No one took it.
After this last period, then I have no more, ammo, okay?
Okay.
Oh, out of ammo. I should use this gun, the cannon gun.
Okay.
Actually, I think my pistol should be right.
You like the pistol?
Yeah. Do I use the pistol?
Yeah.
Best thing is you can feel the vibration once you fire it.
Wow.
You can feel the vibration once you shoot this one, right?
Yeah, the vibration on that one's good.
Yeah. I was gonna shoot your character. Sorry.
It's okay. These guys have built better teams than me. I didn't select the right players. They're just not doing anything.
Oh yeah, you didn't select the players you wanted, right?
Yeah, it's not my normal team. But I gotta beat 7 more of these to get 750,000 points and a 95 player, Sean Taylor.
I think one more bullet this thing's out of ammo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Oh, I couldn't even fire the ammo down. That's good. So I don't think you're gonna win. Oh my gosh, you're definitely not gonna win, right?
Yeah.
You're out of. He has 10 more points than you.
What's Emily doing? What's your mom doing? Where'd she go?
I don't know.
Oh, you're out there? I got him.
I'm
See
out of
that?
ammo.
I tackle him in the background. In the backfield. Come on, just punt it, bro. What? What's wrong? What? All these, what? Are you looking at what, babe?
All these parents are getting their children in the car.
Oh, another news report?
1-year-old boy.
Passed away?
8 hours in a hot car like yesterday.
Oh.
How hot was it yesterday? And it was in Florida.
Oh, that's disgusting.
You got the pistol out, I think.
Pembroke Pines, Florida. You know how hot it is there, probably?
Oh.
A 1-year-old boy, dang, that's not good.
No, people forget their kids in the car. And you know how hot it is. Remember when you got in the BMW in the car yesterday and we weren't there? You were only there 5 minutes and it's so hot, bud.
Yeah, but I survived, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Oh, no, you're not worried about that.
We wouldn't leave you in there that long. I'm just saying it's really hot in the car when you go in it.
I'm out the ammo.
I'm gonna get you some food, okay?
Okay, this is how much. Okay, now I can put nades on your. Ready for this?
Yeah.
This thing's about to be fast.
Hey, buddy. Buddy,
Yeah?
I'm gonna get you a chocolate chip muffin. Do you want, well, would you want cereal instead? Or like, we have bananas or
I
cherries?
want a
grapes?
chocolate chip muffin.
Okay, Nate. We also have these things that they're what are they? Cinnamon sticks where you put them.
Yeah, French toast sticks.
We have French toast. I'd like some of those, babe. If you could hook me up.
Nah.
Well, come here, Nate. I'll show you them.
They're good.
Yeah, toast and strudels. Okay,
It's an exotic place where you can swim in the sky. Where all the pleasures of a 5-star luxury vacation are all included.
Yeah.
Sandals Grenada.
They have raspberry, cherry, or blueberry.
Blueberry.
Alright, now let's look at the linebackers. First, the middle
I like
linebackers.
the cherry.
Kuechly, easily, they got him as a 99. You get Bobby Wagner a little bit under at a 97. I'm not
You
sure.
want a banana?
I think Bobby Wagner is pretty much just pretty close
Banana.
as the linebackers go with Cameron.
Hey, what's that noise?
But I think Bobby Wagner
Ferret noise.
Very nice.
Yeah, ferret noise. What's your favorite flavor to that?
basically say
I like
the rest of the
blueberry.
middle linebackers,
Me
they
too.
suck. So you
I never had it
Bobby
before,
Wagner
but I like it.
killing some
Never had toast strudels?
No.
They hate the
Well.
What is the highest overall season we have?
Let me try it.
The playoff one at like 92 or
What? Why are you playing Paradise?
There's only 55 seconds left. I'd like to play Paradise, but you can play. Look, I have someone watching me.
Who's watching you?
I don't know.
How do you know someone's watching?
Someone joined. I've seen it.
Do you want?
See, look, I got 2 messages. Let's see. Let's see what the messages are. Okay.
Let's see. On air. Oh, two people.
See, 2 people are watching.
Yeah. Look
at that! Look at that ball. Get in!
Yes!
I'm on the 1.
Right while he tackled you, right?
I'm on the 1, yep.
So why did they put what score on you? Right when he tackled you, you landed, right?
Yep.
But the ball must have not got there, right?
Yep.
The only way...
Right on the 1. That was a good pass, right?
Yeah, but the only way you can get a touchdown is if the ball gets out of the What happened?
All right. Now I got to get the now I got to get the onside kick.
Yes.
There's people messaging us.
Who are they? What they're saying?
I don't know. I can't see it. Let's check it real quick. I don't know. View comments. It says, "Do you have Madden Digital? Subscribe to me. Do you have Madden Digital?" They're just advertisers.
Who's advertisers?
I don't know. They're like I don't know how to describe it.
What are they?
They're advertisers.
What do they do? What do they do? Why do they message you?
They just want to find out my like probably get me to sign up for them or something. Well, I lost, but at least I came back. I only lost by 3 points.
Now, Lego Jurassic, here I come, right?
Yep. I just gotta turn this off.
I'll take off that one, right?
Yep.
Actually, can I use the Super Controller?
Sure.
Since it's already online, right?
Yeah. That was a good game. What's his name? D1 Snow 4.
Look at my controller still over there, so I...
What's his name? D1 Thing Snow 4.
What's up, guys? It's the director, Madden 19. It's just around the corner. It's like, what, 2 weeks away? I think right about now is the time you start thinking about what your game plan will be day 1 of launch. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what I normally do to start off the year in Madden to get a head start coin-wise, team-wise, ultimate team-wise, in order to give you the best chance at success later down the road. Man, let's get into it, bros. So first thing first, let's say this is Madden 19, right? You log into the game, you're bombarded with brand new from different pre-order stuff, and this is the way I normally like to do